And today I'm going to be working on finishing up the scythe a little bit, which is the weapon I added last week. Let me make sure everything's working. So yeah, I added a scythe to my game, and there's only like one image for it, one weapon. So currently with my other weapon types, I have 5. So with the way the game is right now, I kind of just want to add 5 scythes. I think will be good. But yeah, let's get into it. So I'm gonna test this quick, just in case anyone wants to see where the current game is. Oh, I need to make sure Steam is running. I forgot about that. Yo, what's up, Dennis? How's it going? All right, let's launch Steam. I also need to open up. I kind of want to just do like a big canvas here, and then start putting weapons on it. All right, so we have to draw four more scythes. How's it going, Ron? All right, we got Steam up, so now we should be able to test this out. All right, so the way the scythe works. Yo, how's it going, Earth to Mr. Saturn? I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. I've been working a lot. I guess I haven't streamed for like, oh my gosh, my nose is itchy. I haven't streamed for like a week, but I've been working a lot on an update for Eavor, and I balanced a lot of stuff. So I'm really happy with where it's at now compared to like 2 weeks ago when it launched. So we got a lot of updates, a lot of changed things. And I really just want to get this update out so I can get more feedback on the current state. So I'm going to be pushing this update like directly after stream. So heads up, if anyone wants to try the newest version of the game, right after stream it'll be live. And I think it's a lot more balanced. I mean, it's obviously a lot more balanced, but I worked a lot on the enemy spawning too. So that's something that will be a lot better. Enemy spawning, weapon balancing, buffed all the items. Feels a lot better to play. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I gave these little lizard guys a claw attack, which is kind of fun. But yeah, with the scythe weapon, so kind of I mean, I have this orb, I'll throw it. You can throw these orbs, that'll make sense in a second, but the way the scythe works is you have this 3-hit combo. If you kill an enemy with the last attack, then you like harvest their soul, and that can be used in a couple different ways. So here, let me see if I can kill this guy with the... Alright, so I got a soul. So basically, if it's a red one, a red orb, that increases your attack for every like soul that you have, and you can have up to 7. And then if I do a parry or a block, it changes all my active souls to green souls, and those ones make you heal, like essentially vamp when you attack. And then you can obviously, it just ran out of time, but you can obviously fire them at enemies, so it's kind of like a ranged attack too. And I think it works pretty well. The one thing with weapons that I'm trying to decide early on, because I think I do like this idea, but a lot of roguelikes will have skills, and honestly a lot of games nowadays have like the skill system where you hit like Q, E, whatever the skill buttons are to activate your abilities. And I kind of want that because I don't want to do different characters in Eavor, and I think just attaching skills to different weapon types is basically the same as doing different characters. And I would be able to have, you know, your basic like weapon combos, you have the basic weapon functionality, but then like I could do a skill that would, I don't know, I'd have to think of skills, but more of like modern kind of game skill effects and whatever, it would feel, I think it would feel better having things with cooldowns and choosing different weapons around builds. It would probably just, I mean, I think that's the direction I kind of need to go, because my other option is to go more into combos with weapons. And realistically, there's not much I can do with combos other than putting the skills into the combos, which I'm not sure if I like that. I kind of like having the cooldowns. So I think I'm going to keep the weapons. I mean, they're not super basic anymore, but still pretty basic. And then just expand in that area. And then the other big thing is, like, right now, weapons, like different weapon variations, only have different attack and knockback and crit and stuff, which is fine. I mean, that's like typical RPG kind of stuff, but I want there to be more, because I want you to decide between weapons. So rather than being like, all right, this weapon has the most damage, I'm just always going to use this once I unlock it, you'd actually want to decide which weapon you're equipping for the run, which would be a lot better. Which engine is made in? This is Godot. Also, how's it going? Oh, I also added these Ash and Bakunawa variations. So they prioritize doing the claw attack, and they are a lot quicker. So you have to deal with them a bit differently. And then once they're under, like, I think it's 10, 20% health, then they start shooting projectiles. So what I was saying about the spawning, the way I fixed it is actually kind of clever. I was using a shop system, and I don't know what the technical term for it is actually, but you know, like where you have a spawner and every enemy costs a different amount of like currency. You essentially give your spawner like X amount of currency to work with, and then you say, all right, this wave can only, you know, use this amount of currencies, so you have to spend your currency on whatever, enemies, or in my case, specific modifications to the enemies as well. So the way it kind of works is like my spawner here, and I'm actually going to zoom in so you guys can read this more easily. So my spawner here, when I start a new wave, I calculate the strength of the wave, which is based on which stage you're on, plus the current wave count. And then I give you currency based on that. And if it's the final wave, I obviously give you more currency, or give the wave more currency. But I also calculate a maximum amount of enemies, because the issue I had is it was giving the wave so much currency at the end that it turned into just swarms of enemies, which is cool, but my game doesn't really work well with hordes. So I want to keep the limit on enemies pretty like small. And I'm using this max thing because what it does is when the wave starts and it goes through and tries to figure out what it can actually afford for the wave, if it reaches that max number of enemies, it just immediately breaks. And then it has leftover currency that it can then use on this section, which this section uses the currency for either adding augments or increasing the level of entities, which is also based on a rate, of course. But like, if you have leftover currency, as the waves grow progressively stronger, it's not going to just be more enemies. It's actually going to be enemies that are slightly higher level than you, which means their stats are better. So you have to be a bit more careful. But then also enemies that have specific augment stacks, which kind of does the same thing, but also makes you have to actually think about how you're dealing with enemies, because like if something has 20 illusory shrooms on it that like puff out whenever they attack, that deals a ton of damage, then you have to like not be next to them when they're attacking. Or if they have like a projectile augment, then you have to, I don't know, think about that. I like it a lot more. The other cool thing I did was I have this rate for like whether or not they're going to choose random augments or a random number of the same augment. And I kind of like this idea because you'll have like I guess it's a 12% chance, but a chance where enemies will just be completely stacked all into one stat. And if they do that, then I add a special like prefix to their name, which I've defined in here. So like if they have all illusory shrooms, then I say they're like a fungal variation or something, and this adds the prefix to their name, which is just kind of cool. It's like some flavor text that I like. Anyways, the spawning works great now, and I think the scythe is really fun to use. I love that weapon. I balanced out the other weapons, so I guess we're gonna start drawing more scythes. Put those in, and then we'll push the update. Maybe I'll add an augment today if I have time. Which, that reminds me, I need to add more interesting augments. So if anyone in chat has ideas for augments, either send them in chat, or if you want to put them in the Discord. Oh, someone pinged me. Okay. Let me check my phone quick. All right. So ideas for scythes. This is like the basic one, and I guess I should pop up my rarity palette quick. Where to go with this guy? So yeah, this is like our basic rarity. We next need a rarity for green, blue, put gold down here. So 4 different scythes. My idea is, well, I wanted to do one that was kind of like the same colors of the Ashen Bakanawa. I think that would be kind of fun. So let me open up their texture. Oh, you know what? It's not a, it's a palette because I'm using it with a shader. So I guess I have to do it this way. Let's open up this palette. My allergies are horrible today. And I want to do this one for maybe the gold rarity. I'll draw this one first. So what I'll do is I'll copy the size of the scythe. And then start drawing over it. So with an ashen scythe, maybe we make the like handle kind of made out of stone. And I kind of want to get these like stone shapes going on. Stone is like one of the few things I feel like I can draw with pixel art. And now that I say that, I'm probably going to mess this up a lot. But I'm thinking of kind of doing like these sections and then filling them in with like the magma colors. And then for the end of this one, we'll do more of a, like a decorative. So I might want to do like a line here. Yeah, something like that. Are the augments like weapons you can equip? Augments are items that go onto your player and they affect your build. So examples of augments would be like there's one that increases your movement speed. There's another one that's another mobility one where every time you roll, it like counts up, and on the third roll, it will increase the evasion distance. There's one that increases like the strength of your parries. There's one that when you attack, it like shoots some like mist in front of you that damages enemies. It's just like effects in the roguelike game, I guess. I like this. It's just a bit too thick. So I want to like thin it out a little. Yeah, more like this. Something like that. Let's add some shading to it. More colors. And then for this part, I was thinking of like doing something like red down here. Do you have a roadmap? I kind of do, like, in my head. I should lay one out, though. I feel like maybe after this update, I'll kind of, like, analyze where I'm at and lay out some things that I want to add and, like, times for those. Because that honestly does help a lot. Also, I don't know if you guys, whoever saw the video I did last week of, like, the tools you should use for game development. That one I mentioned Codex, which I love. And Codex has, like, built-in, I forget what they call it, roadmaps, essentially. So, like, you can assign features to specific times and whatever. Add deadlines to things. I think that program would probably be so fun to use with, like, a team, but I've never had the chance to do that. Not yet. Okay, this is cool. What do we think? Does that look all right? I think this is pretty close to what I was going for as far as like shape and colors. We'll add some highlights. So what I can do is, well, actually, I need to use this brush more. So we have the, what is it? The contour brush. And what you do is select colors in palette. So we would select this, this, and this, and then we drag, I think. And then if I click, it increases, and if I right click, it reduces. I'll try this. So I just want to, I guess, add some sort of highlighting. And the cool thing is I can assure, like, I know this weapon's always going to be rotated this way, kind of, because when it flips, it flips the whole sprite. So I can do kind of these drop shadows like this. I think it looks all right. The lava, though, needs some more texture. So I feel like if I go more into orange here, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Something like that. And this needs to be consistent, I feel like. Well, maybe I can get away. Nah. Let's do this. Yeah, just keep it like that. Are you using FL Studio for audio parts of your projects? So I do have FL Studio, and I have made a lot of music with it, but I'm not like I can make music. I just feel like my quality isn't what I want. So I'm hiring someone to do the music, and I'm not sure what DAW they use, but my dad actually is doing some of the music for my game, and he does use FL Studio. He's been using it for like 30 years or something. So I've learned a lot of stuff from him about that, which is kind of cool. Also, hey Danny, how's it going? I'm on the same page as you with music. Yeah, no, I feel like at some point you have to relinquish some of the power to the people who specialize in it. And, you know, eventually I do want to do all the music for one of my games. But, like, it's just, I don't want to think about it for this one. So, is this the same color? Dang, that's a really weird optical illusion. Oh, it's not. Yeah. It's just easy to blend those together. I feel like it should be the same color. And is this the same color? Yeah, it is. Okay, so what do I not like here? I mean, let's add the outline quick just to see how it'll look when I do the... I think that's okay. I mean, what is... Because I thought this one was pretty thick. No, that's good. That's good. I think that looks fine. So next we'll work on the blade. What am I thinking for the blade here? Do I go like molten kind of look for the blade as well? Or maybe I just go full like orange. I mean, first of all, I think laying down like approximately where the tip should be. And then from here we want to lay out like where the point of the weapon was. I think it was, yeah, there. That'll work. So now we have the shape that we're looking for. My idea was like, what if I just make the whole blade like molten orange? And I could probably use this curve tool here. So if we did something like this. What if I give it like a really weird curve? Like a weird shape? Nah, we'll go like pretty normal. I think that looks good. And then it just needs to have a little bit more of a hook at the end. I'll go back on this curve and make it pixel perfect. I want to shorten it a bit, maybe. Pickaxe shape. You could do an obsidian center with flaming edges. Let's do this. I don't like the shape. I want it to feel like really sharp and really hot. Physically hot, like emitting heat. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, what do we got here? 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. This should be like a... I feel like it should come down like here. Yeah, 2, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, I think that's... Maybe we'll just go 3. Do 4 there. Okay. Yes, short. I feel like is that a good length? That looks pretty good as far as shape. I do want to, I like the idea of having like the rock kind of climbing up it. If you know what I mean, you know, like this kind of thing. We have like these rock formation kind of stuff going on. That looks cool. So now we do the back. How's the back gonna look before we add color here? Honestly, what if I just did like a big amalgamation of rock? This could look pretty cool. Oh yeah. And then we do the same, we would do the same pattern inside of here that we did on the handle. No, we can't do those highlights there. Gotta figure out something else for that. Looks like a crow. Kind of does. An eye in the middle. Do I do an eye, or is that too like generic? I mean, I guess we might as well. Except I'm not so bad at drawing eyes. If I add an eye, it'll look more like a crow. So let's kind of break it up with some shapes here. Oh, I suck at this kind of thing. Looks like the idea is to make this area look darker, I guess. I mean, it doesn't look bad. And then we would just do something like this. And make sure it has the same texture. No, can't do that. That's too much. Does that look okay? What am I using for the outline color? I feel like this is such a dark color. Oh, it's not a dark color. It's like the same. That's okay. That should look fine then. Yeah, we'll go with it. I actually like it. I think it could have more, but I don't want to make it too complex. So we'll kind of paint in like this darker color around where it's supposedly losing heat. And then I'm trying to think, like, can I do... You know when metal gets really molten... I want to kind of emulate that look, or rock. So here, let me pull this up. This kind of thing. Like, we need more of a yellowy color as we get closer to the edge. Which I kind of did here, but I want to lean more into that. So like even shifting this more. And I think it's fine that we break the palette here. I say that a lot, but I genuinely do think it's fine if we break the palette. Whoops. Because yeah, that looks a lot more molten already. And then almost even going towards white. But I don't want to go like super crazy. But my idea with this is like, I guess we'll select having the heat be more located towards the bottom. And then we would shift this a little bit towards yellow, and then a little bit up. Yeah, I think that, just go more in that direction. And then do we desaturate it? I feel like I desaturate it. Yeah. And then this one is going to be pretty clean. Yeah. This is too messy up there. Okay. Whoops. You know what I want to add is a little bit of darkening there. And then I want to add a little bit of highlighting here. I should save this. We'll go to project files. We'll do a sprite. We'll do scythe. What am I calling this? Sketches. Now, one thing that's kind of concerning is the tip of the weapon is supposed to be up there. That's okay, though. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's put the outline on this. Could I add, like, a little bit of shapes going on? And there we have our first weapon. Feels a little unbalanced with the outline. I mean, first I want to do this. Just make it look a little sharper. Do I add like a spike at the top? No, that would look weird. I think it's good. Any update on the romanceable enemy characters? What? No update on that. I'm sorry to say. So what do we call this one? Just Ashen Claw or something cool. Let's call it Ashen Claw. I like that. We'll go to constants. We'll go to my weapons enum, wherever that went. We'll say Ashen Claw. Set this equal to 102. The annoying thing, I have to add these all in before I put the weapons into the game, and then I have to relaunch Godot. Because there is a bug where any, like, enums that are contained in a class that are referenced in another script as export variables don't refresh unless you refresh the entire application, which is kind of annoying. So next up, we'll do more of a... I mean, we have to do a Rarity 2 one. I kind of want to add more to this. Nah, that's good. All right, Rarity 2. We need more scythe ideas. What if I did one that was like something funny? Because I have a fishbone sword. That's like one of my funny weapons. I want to do another one of those. Should I do like a crow? Like a crow skeleton kind of thing? Where it's like a skull with like the beak. I feel like that could be kind of funny. I want to do that. Let's grab my fishbone sword for reference. I want to take the same kind of colors. We don't need this anymore. Yeah, we'll do that. This will be a good one. So let's copy from let's copy from this one because this is where we get the hitboxes, I guess. Move all this down. And what's the base color even here? Because we got like this. We got a lighter color. Is that... There we go. That's the lighter color. We got... Is this a darker one? I think it goes into that, into this, into here. Looks like that's about it. Oh, this one. Okay. Those are the colors we have to work with. So, we'll do... I want to, like, look up a... use this as the base color. So we want kind of a circle, like this. And then it should just go straight into... Oh, this might not work because the blade has to be so long. Well, maybe it'll work. Like, how long can we realistically make this guy? And then we should have kind of a jaw coming out, it looks like, from the center of the head. That's too big. Ugh. More like that. Let me take a darker color. I think the eye would be like there, so this would be like our mouth. Let me do this with a curve. Mouth is like there. Fill this in quick, see how it looks. Oh, whoever put this idea in my head. Thank you. Whoever said that. Oops, that's the wrong button. So then what do we do for the handle? And also, we could probably extend this a bit more. Let's do the eyeball. Is that too big? Might be too big. I'm going to change the shape just a little. Yeah. That's kind of what we're looking for. And then I got to do, with a different color, we got to do like the ear. Which kind of looks like this. I mean, honestly, anything will probably look decent if we do that. Okay, so we'll smooth this out. Maybe look at the bee eater skull for reference. Those skulls look pretty cool. Let me pull that up. Bee eater skull. Oh yeah. Oh, so I could go pretty big with this. Huh. Let's extend it a little. So I'm going to take out this part. We were about, what, there? Let me grab the line tool. And then I want to go to, like, there. Oh, yeah. Best weapon in the game, question mark? Let's take the anchor point, but I need to redo the mouth. Maybe we break up the mouth a little bit so it's not like too crazy. Also, I want to put it on like a thinner stick. That would probably look pretty swish. Also, can I go like darker in there? No, that's good. That's good. Okay. And oh, also these skulls have like a much bigger eye. Maybe I'll lean towards that. Doesn't look bad. I don't like the shape of the head now that I'm looking at it. Well, this should be 2. Yeah. And then what is this? 2, 1, 1, 2. Like that. That's a bit better. Bring this up. Yeah. So we'll add highlights in a second. I want to block out the handle first. So the only requirements just has to be about this long. Do I do something like comically thin? Let's add some like branches coming out. Maybe I'll do like leaves and stuff. And then we'll do kind of a base here. It's not bad. Maybe the handle should be dark gray. But then I would have to make it like metal or something. I think if I add some like green like leaves to it, which I'm going to take the color from my Barklings. Also, Barkling Root Attack. I don't even have this. Yeah, we'll take the same kind of color. Oh, also this is like this is the main color for the wood. And then this is the dark one, and then we go to here and here. So I'll copy that. But then what do we have? What is this color? Is this? We'll use this at the very top. That is the same color. Just add a little bit of like blending there, I guess. Not sure what I'm trying to do. Okay, so with the leaves, I can just do this. No, we'll take this one out. Yeah. Then let's do like a little bit of highlighting. I don't know, just scatter these in. Yeah, looks fine. Might look a little too detailed compared to the rest of everything, but nah, it's good, it's good. All right, let's take the, take the barkling out of here. We'll work on the bone. So we have what? These colors to work with. So I want to darken it a little. Oh, we have this as the base. Okay. So let's darken it with this. And it looks like it can kind of just go around the edges. For starters, and then connect this stuff a little bit. Is that a good idea to darken this? Should I kind of keep the idea of the line here? If I do that right, it could probably work. Well, let's visit that in a second. Trying to think of like the shape here. Everything is very rounded. I think that looks all right. Let's use this really dark color. Yeah, something like that. Now, I have one more highlight. So I guess we just push this kind of like this. Right on the edge. Cool. I don't know what I want to do with the beak. Maybe just leave it like that. Well, let's see what it looks like with one or two branches go out. Oh, that's kind of a good idea. I mean, not kind of a good idea. That is a good idea. Like without breaking up the shape of the eye. Let's try doing that. I'm going to do it with the new layer. So it would be kind of like this, right? Oops, I didn't have alpha. I kind of like that direction. It's reminding me of a Leshen from The Witcher. Like a woodland kind of. That's a good idea. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Because it doesn't break up the shape too much if I have it go behind. I feel like I just merged that down. But the other weird thing with my style is I do have these outlines going through the image. So I wonder if I keep that with the internal branches. We'll see how it looks. I can add those easily. Yeah. Just clean this up a little. So the internal one needs to be a bit thicker. And then maybe we even darken the eye sockets. I'm not sure. But I probably want to do something like this. Either way. I mean, let's just merge it down. So what? Is this branch kind of cleaned up? Add a couple leaves. Oh, I never got the other color for the leaves. That's okay. I have it on my palette. We'll do like a nice big leaf here. Nah, we'll do in here. Just a small one. Cool. I think that looks a lot better. So we have this dark brown color. I want to use this kind of sparingly, but just put it around like this. And then we need this color, which is very close to that other one, I'm realizing. Whoops. That's okay. As long as the contrast is there. All right. What did I say? Darken this a little more. Yeah. And I guess we got to finish the leaves quick. And we have this color that we can use. Cool. That's it. So let's see how it looks with the outline. I mean, a lot better than I thought it was going to turn out. I like it. But that internal line thing I was talking about, so like, I think the branch doesn't have enough contrast with the rest of it. And the way I'm going to fix that is just by putting a single thick line like that. Yeah, that blends it a bit better. And then we can remove some of these outline mishaps, which always happen if we try to outline very thin things. It looks good. Perfect. It's one of my favorite weapons so far. Two more. So, idea for a blue rarity weapon. Wonder what I could do. I'm thinking like something to do with the mermaid's gem. Like that same theme. What if I did... I don't want to do any more like wood stuff because I have enough wood going on here. Is this like basically the same size? It is. So that's the biggest scythe so far, which is kind of crazy. Interesting. Well, I'm running out of ideas here. Let me import these ones while I think of ideas, because I need some creative ideas. We'll call this one the... What do I want to call this? Crow something. Or not even crow, maybe just bird. What was that bird called that someone recommended? The bee eater? What if I call it the... Let's just call it... I can change the display name at any time. Let's just call it like the... Could I say like pecker? Something? What's another word for like bones or like bone synonym? Skeletal frame cartilage. We could say skeletal pecker. And then let's reload. Now the other thing, I need to make icons for all these, which I forget where the textures are. Icons, weapons. Yeah, I think it's in here. So we'll say scythe. And I think these ones are just... Yeah, one thick. And then we do one space away from the edges after the outlines. So make a new canvas. Actually, I want to copy from here. And then we already have the colors, so we just do one outline. And then we got to save this in textures, icons, weapons, and then I want to call it, where's my other scythe? Yeah, this one. So wooden harvester, what is this one called? Skeletal pecker. And for this guy, this one's going to look sick with the icon. Oh, yeah. What do I call this one? Ashen Claw, I think. And now we got to save the actual textures for these. So I want to copy from the wooden harvester texture. Oh, not the icon. Items, weapons, scythes. Yeah, so I need to copy from this. The big thing is, I think, the center point. Where's the center? .220 by 220. So let's set the grid to 110. That's the center point. Okay, so I can honestly probably just come in here, make a new texture. Do the same thing with the grid. Just because I don't want to overwrite this. And then really the only goal is to put this on the center. About there. I think it looks right. So we have textures, we want to go to items, weapons, scythes. We call this the and then I should be able to just save this as a different thing. Right? This one's a bit shorter. Let's move it up. So we'll call this the Ashen Claw. Cool. Don't save. Save that. We can take this out. And now, because I've reloaded this, we can actually set up the weapons. So that would be in custom resources, items, weapons, scythe. So I would want to say first the skeletal pecker weapon. And then in the stats, we want to make this unique. Make this unique, and then we go skeletal pecker, scythe. Hold distance is 10. I think that's fine. Weapon tip. Let's just say 66. Wait a minute. All right, there's our texture, default, cool, this is done. So now the stats, we'll call this the skeletal pecker. We need a description, so I'll say let's just say needs description for now. Gotta think of a good one. The level, oh wait, rarity first. Rarity is uncommon. Numerical stats, it needs to be a bit stronger than the wooden harvester just because of how the weapon system currently works. So I'm going to say 29. We'll give it a bit more crit rate. Bit less crit damage. And these are all just arbitrary numbers. A bit less knockback. Because these are all going to be changed when I... Oh wait, is this just a regular texture? Oh no, what is this? Texture 2D, yeah, that's what it is. So I can just load in the skeletal pecker directly. Cool. So I think this is just done. We then copy the UID. We go to res paths, and I'm loading all my weapons into a giant file here. Well, not loading them all, but putting the paths to them. Weapons, yeah, right here. So we would call this skeletal pecker. We didn't get a cool UID this time. That's good. Let's do the other one quick, I guess. We'll duplicate this, call it Ashen Claw. Make everything unique. $62 for the weapon tip. Weapon visuals. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. New canvas texture. Diffuse is this. And then frame flags, we have defaults. Cool. 45, that's good. And then this one will make it unique. Description, this one is a epic. So the damage would be like 34, I think. Knockback will do 230. Crit rate 0.05, crit damage 0.3. I think that's good. Well, actually, we can't go too crazy with the crit damage because this has a crit skill. Okay. Now, I forgot if the Mysterious Merchant, we gotta check their scripts. Okay, loot table, get weighted weapon ID. That's what we're looking at. So what this does is output weapon equals weapon not none for rarity in iteration order. Drop rates, output weapon equals loot table at weapons not rarity, pick random. Loot table at weapons. Okay, so just us putting it in there is enough, it looks like. Which is good. I did design that correctly. So let's test it out. See if we can get these weapons to spawn. Oh, really quick, I do want to check that the player has like a hack key, is OS build. Yeah, okay, that's safe. I just don't want that to be able to get called in the actual build. I need like an interact sound effect too. All right, we got one. Skeletal pecker. Nice. I like it. All right, let's see if we can get the other guy. Looks so cool. So, for those of you who are wondering, this is going to not be this way in the next update, not the one that I'm releasing today, but the update following that, I'm going to work on the lobby. So you're going to be able to do more preparation for runs and actually have more meta progression. And there won't be this random weapon system. It's going to be like a shop, which would be a lot better. I should just have a... Wait a minute, was this... Did it say this was green? No, that's the correct color. Come on, just drop. Just drop. I'm gonna assign it to a button. Okay, let's put it on a button. Much easier. What? Oh, it is dropping. That's why. That's why. So something got messed up. Oh, I never updated this. The actual icon. There we go. Now this one is kind of short, so I wanted to do a quick test with the hitboxes. Just to make sure they still make sense. I like how it looks. Yeah, that's good. They're fine. I also thought of this idea, maybe whenever you get a new soul, it like resets the cooldown of all your previous souls. I'm not sure if I like that. Let's just wait. I'll wait for people to leave feedback on that, see if I need to balance it. Anyway. At least I enjoy playtesting my game, because I always get distracted. -M, 2 more sides, get push, cool. Alright, I gotta think of 2 more scythe designs. I'm gonna take a quick break. I will be right back. And then I'll finish these other 2 sides. I think we'll have time to add an augment. That would be fun. Maybe we'll have time to do that. Alright, 1 second. Where's my camera? Okay, I'm back. So, 2 more ideas. I couldn't think of anything for sides. I mean, maybe I just do like a basic. I can make one the kind of the same theme as the Glorious Lance, which, if you guys don't know Ball, this is what it looks like. And I do. Oh my gosh, I just closed it. I do like the color scheme of it. Does my game have lore? It kind of does. Like, not really. Not really like deep lore, no. I think that would be fun to add, though. Right now I'm focusing on, like, making the gameplay as fun as possible and balancing the things that people want balanced. Okay. I want to take the same anchor points. You know what? Let's just copy the whole thing. Let's do the same same kind of theme. So anchor points, we got what, like here? Here. And there. How do I, like, remove from selection? Subtract from selection, yeah. Let me just delete. I asked my girlfriend for ideas for scythe weapons, and she said candy. I'm gonna do it. I'll do one that's like a candy theme. That could be kind of fun. All right. For this one, the shape. We'll do just like a nice... My idea with this is kind of like... like someone on like the Royal Guard or something, like that kind of theme. More of like a mass-produced weapon. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to get these blade shapes, though. I think that's about right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So for this one, it has to be like very polished looking. Which means, whoops, I should probably do it this way. Kingsguard, yeah. It needs to have consistent pixels. Wait, what is this? 2, 1, 1, like this, I think. Yeah. Wait, did I go? It should be 2 away. Yeah, this one should be back more. Is that right? Maybe that looks better. And then for the handle, we want to do something like with this blue color. And I want to make it maybe have some gems on it. I'm trying to think of like a shape for the connection points. I don't know what you call that. Ooh, what if I did this? Man, I got a cough all of a sudden. So here's our connection. What if I did something like a blade that kind of curled up? Something like that. Yeah. That could kind of look cool, I think. I hope. Let's try adding this to it. I mean, like, what am I trying to say? If this was a real lance or a real scythe, that wouldn't really have a use. But it looks kind of cool, I guess. So let's keep it. Now for the middle section, this would be gold. And for this bottom part too, I also want to do kind of like a gold scepter kind of look. We'll see how that turns out. I mean, what if I just go like super basic? Like as simple as this is, this might look good because then I can do stuff like this. And I feel like there's not enough contrast here. Something's blending what horribly. This one needs to be out a bit more. Whoa, getting crazy with it? Oh, yeah. Maybe that should be curling outwards, you know? Bone one turned out really nice. Yeah, I like this one a lot. This is good. I feel like this one's all right. And then this one is like 7 out of 10. But I really like this design. This one, I feel like I have a vision for this, and I feel like it'll turn out. Just gotta trust the process. Where is the... There it is. And I think I need to make that section a bit thicker. This one is definitely very colorful. Now, I'm kind of thinking like taking more of this dark color. But like if we load the default palette here, do I really have any colors for this? It's like that's like the shape I'm thinking of. And then when you would kind of do like I don't know. Maybe I don't have any creativity left today for art. I want to think about that design more. And then for the Rarity 3 one, I want to do like a candy design. Maybe I'll draw these later. Trying to think of what else I could add. So, looking on the to-do list, that's it for the update, right? Now, something I kind of wanted to do, and I'm not sure if I should do this now, like for the update that's coming out tomorrow or later today. But you cannot see buffs or debuffs. So let me do a run with, oh, these need descriptions. Let me add those quick, otherwise I'm going to forget. Ashen Claw, we'll say like a molten blade. I'm going to add a molten map to the game soon, like a volcano kind of area. And volcanic enemies. I'm wondering if I could link it to them somehow. But I'll have to add that later. Sides are used for farming if that helps with creativity. I did do that for the wooden harvester. I mentioned something about farming. But maybe I should do something with like a farming themed scythe. That'd be like just lean really far into it. Dang, I have a cough. Okay, Molten Blade forged from something. Too many games just make scythes big swords with nothing special. Yeah. Because I kind of like the mechanics of the scythes in my game right now. I think they work pretty well. So I want to add more skills that also reflect that kind of thing. Anyway. We'll just say forged. Forged in the depths of unactive volcano. It'd be super generic. ... I'm going to change this later when I get some more, when I add that map and the enemies related to it. Maybe I'll link some together. Skeletal Pecker. This one needs a description as well. We'll say how do you spell enormous? Is it E-N-O-R? Or is there a U at the start? Oh, I was right. Cool. Skeletal Pecker. I think it's a fun name. What are you talking about? The skull of an enormous bird. Not brid. Could I like give the name of the bird? Make like an extinct species or something? Maybe I'll add another bird enemy. Because I do have a lance that's like an Akiesto horn or whatever it's called. Antler. Skull of an enormous bird. I need to mention something about the sticks. And then I'll say ... or period. It appears to have died on top of a small tree. ... Classic. All right. Let's run the game. I want to do a run with that one. I also don't have audio. I'm extremely sorry, guys, but I'm listening to music, and I don't want to get... I got my first ever copyright strike on my channel last time I streamed when it was the game jam. Someone put music in their game that was not royalty free, and then I got a strike for it. So I had to be careful. Reminds me of Castle Crashers. I still don't play that. I hear it all the time. Let me look up what it looks like. That's like an old one, right? Oh, this is kind of like that. You know what? There was a Wii game like this, wasn't there? It's probably a knockoff of it. Yeah, the good thing is if you get a copyright strike, it lasts on your channel for like 90 days. So I think it's finally over this week or something. But if you get 3 within 90 days, then they just terminate your channel, which makes sense. But like, that would suck. I think this weapon matches the vibe of the game really well. Found some music sold in packs for game devs. Doesn't exempt a YouTuber who plays your game to use that in their... Yeah. Exactly. It's just like... I don't know. You have to be so careful with that stuff. And I guess you can. I mean, I've heard of people that will... I mean, I think everyone does it, but they'll set it up. I don't know how to do it in OBS where their music will only go to Twitch. Because Twitch doesn't save like your VODs and you don't really get copyright striked on Twitch. You can play whatever the heck you want. So, I don't know. I haven't looked into that yet. Should I increase the amount of augments you get? I feel like, because I get 2 augments right here. 1 to 2. I feel like the amount of augments you get still needs to be balanced a little. Oh, I should have shot my orb. Okay, so I kind of like that you have to keep track of like the lifespan of your orbs, because you can get extra damage if you shoot them right away, like right before they die. I can afford it. Let's go. It's only spawning Bakunawas. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, what is going on? Where are all the Barklings? Also, the wave spawning system does have a chance to only spawn one type of enemy. I wonder if it's not re-rolling that chance. No, it is re-rolling it. It's gotta be. There's no way it doesn't re-roll that. There we go. Oh, how did that miss? I should probably start the portal. I think I'm gonna get to stage 3 quick. I don't think I can add anything like really easy. Oh, I do want to polish up the health bars a little bit. There's a couple things I would like to change with health bars. I do like that I'm playing more close quarters with the new speed balancing too. Okay, that guy has a ton of augments. What's going on? Augments are still on a chance, but it's a pretty high chance, so I guess enemies can just get stacked. This way, come on. Okay, why is it spawning the portal? That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, I don't get that. It spawned the portal in a very weird position. It's supposed to spawn it right where you kill the last enemy. Let me check that. Final wave finished emits. New portal instance, global position equals last killed position. Current world entities parent add child call deferred. The only thing I can think of is if in the woods the entities folder is not at 0, but it is. Interesting. Let's see if it happens on the next stage. Hey, Cubel, really love the game. How the game has developed. Keep up the great work. I don't know why that was so hard for me to read. Thank you. I'm going to keep improving it. Also, how's it going, Tudor? Look at the new enemy I added. It's just a variation, but next update will have 1 or 2 new enemies. Okay, I just want to know where the portal spawns. That's really the goal here. Let's get a bit more money. Watching since the beginning. I was playing Don't Starve with a friend. Nice. Oh, load it. I'm getting swarmed. What's going on? So, I don't know if you heard, Tudor, I did a lot of balancing with the wave spawning. So there's like a maximum number of enemies that can spawn now. And it uses additional currency, or it's a chance to use additional currency on like augments and additional levels for the enemies. But I think it's a lot more balanced. Triple stun. I need to have a augment that does something based off of stuns. Because stuns are good, but you're not really incentivized to use them too much. Ooh, that's good. Alright, let's start the portal. Also something I fixed, when you spawn in the final wave, it basically does a new wave with a ton of extra currency. And the issue was, if you had just spawned in a previous wave, it keeps all the previous wave enemies alive, so then you essentially have 2 waves, but one of them is really difficult. So what I did now is the final wave gets reduced by the number of enemies that are currently alive from the previous wave. So I think it's a lot more manageable. What is this? Level 4? Okay. There we go. I don't think parries are too easy. This build will be out later today. I'm going to push it right after stream because I don't think... Like, I think all my Steam ID stuff is in the app if I went to push it, so I don't want to risk that. So right after stream, I'm going to push this update. And, which, by the way, if anyone else in chat wants to test out the current build, check out Eavor on Steam. And be sure to leave feedback in the Discord, which is also linked in the description. I'm getting cooked. Okay, there we go. I feel like the flying state, you can kind of just parry the Akiesto. Also, what is this? What is this? The portal's spawning in like the most goofy-off places ever. Let me check if there's any more chests. I feel like I'm also not getting any chests. Like nothing, no chests are spawning. How many do I have? 1. There should be 7, I think. 2, 3, 4. Is there one down here? There's 4 chests. Interesting. Let's see. Well, this next stage is good because if they're spawning, like, I think something's up with the spawning. So if they're spawning really far away, then that's an issue. It's already past midnight for me, so I'll test in the morning. Nice. That would be super helpful. I think you're updating the last killed position after the portal is spawning. See, I think you're right. But that's very interesting because it wasn't like that yesterday. So I don't know what could have changed. Also, the input buffer system that I added is very nice. Makes the combat feel a lot better. It's just crazy. It's like the things I didn't notice about the game that were so nice. Well, not nice. It was very good to hear all the things I didn't notice to make the game better. Because I noticed them a lot, like, after people mention them. Have fun with the rest of the stream. Thanks, Tudor. Sleep good. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, one thing I didn't mention. I think we saw a fungal birch barkling, which is pretty rare. That's another thing. Birch barklings, something's wrong with their behavior tree. Because they get stunned, and then they go to do their attack, but they're facing away from you. So they need to, like, update their aiming position right after the stun state. Or right before their attack, I guess would be better. It's like not spawning enough chests. So I could already do some pretty cool skills with the scythe. Like, I'm thinking one of the skills would just be to consume, like, half your health or something and make a ton of orbs. But, like, the thing I'm noticing, I'm not really getting any augments. There are not enough chests spawning. And I don't think I changed the chest spawn amount. Because I'm, what, 15 minutes in, and I have hardly any items. Maybe it's good, though. What is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess that's like 4 a stage. That's not super bad. It should be like 5 a stage, though. So let's check this. Oh, this song is annoying me. I'm going to zoom out so I can read this. You guys don't need to see this in super detail. Okay. When an enemy is killed, we update the last killed position. Is the enemy further down in the scene tree? Is that what's going on? Yes, they are. So this is called first. That makes sense. So it is being called first. It's just very interesting why it was happening correctly yesterday. I'm trying to think of what I changed. Final wave finished. On wave completed. Wave completed gets emitted from what? Oh, whoops. No, on wave completed. So we emit it when an enemy is defeated. I guess we just defer the call. And that's the best way to do it. Yeah, just do that. Emit.call deferred. This should work. And then we'll do a note, defer this so that portal receives enemy killed signal beforehand. Let's see if that works. Oh, for the chests as well. That's what I want to check. So we should have like a base chests per stage. Chest spawn ratio is equal to, oh, it's literally having it. Player count times 0.5. We need to add 1 to this. No, we need to add 0.5. Because then if it's 2, 2.5, yeah. 0.5 plus, whoops, that's the wrong number. 0.5, there we go. 2 things should be fixed. Let's test it out. I want to use a sword. Let's also, people noticed, or people mentioned that they didn't want to talk to the merchant every single time. Maybe I should just let you talk quicker. Well, let's do this right now. But I think the augment rate was decent. Maybe I reduce it back to 7. So now this portal worked. So yeah, you were right. Whoever said that, trollgasm. It's really interesting though. I'm trying to think of what I changed yesterday. I haven't gotten a deconsecration in a while. Let's do the mysterious merchant thing. So I should have like a timer somewhere. Yeah. Let's just do 0.03 or 0.3. So now you can talk to him a lot quicker, a lot more quickly. I mean, might as well just do 0.1. And I need to set up a whole dialogue system because I'll have other NPCs in the game. And honestly, whenever you purchase a weapon, let's give you a smaller window so you can spam this a bit more. Because I know people are going to want to spam this. There we go. So, yeah, weapon system is going to get changed in the next update. There's going to be... my idea is that this guy is going to have like his own little shop. And it's going to be kind of like... what aesthetic am I trying to describe? It's like kind of like circus aesthetic, I guess. like I'm thinking like ancient, like deserty kind of like colorful. I don't know. I'll have to draw it out. But he's gonna have his own shop. You go in there, you're gonna be able to buy weapons. Specifically, it won't be like a rate thing. I might still do a rate thing for like a starting augment or a starting like effect or something. And then you're going to keep weapons. So once you buy them all, you'll just be able to equip whichever one you want. And with that, I'm going to balance the weapons so that they're all like kind of equal. So weapon rarity will probably... I mean, probably not be a thing. maybe it'll still be a thing. But each weapon will have different effects. That's the goal. Anyway. I've only been streaming for 2 hours. I thought that was going to take longer to add those weapons. Let's see if I have any bugs I could fix. Coins can go through walls. That's not super important. I haven't really noticed that. I'm still at 500. I like how Crow Cloak is like super good with Greatsword. Alright, let's see if I can get a crit on the altar, wherever it is. Nope. I think it's in a good state. I want to take off the DPS meter. I forgot I added that, and I need to take it off. It's in Scenes, Auto Loads, Debugger. So I want to do a search for Debugger. But this is something that's really interesting. I've disabled an auto load. Disable the debugger. And I think it still loads in. Yeah, it still loads in. Is this a Godot bug? I've never disabled an auto load. Like, does Godot... Is the thing that it still loads it and adds it as an auto load, it just sets its process mode to disabled? Because that seems really weird. Because, like, debugger's still here. It's still processing. What does disabling an auto load even do? Oh, I'm disabling the global variable capabilities? Interesting. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to delete it. We don't need the debugger anymore. Also, I think I had a shader. Parchment shader. Yeah, I can take this out. Because I deleted the texture and I forgot to delete the shader along with it. Cool. So, honestly, we try exporting. Let's export it. And I think it keeps all my settings. Yep, should be good. So we're going to export it as, make a new build. I also probably shouldn't be keeping all my exports on Git, but that's fine. So we'll say Eavor May, what is this, 15th? And then we need a Windows folder and a Linux folder. Save, exports. Just want to make sure it runs before I put it on Steam. So then we go to exports, May 15th, Windows, we got this stuff, nice. Cool. No DPS meter. I think we can also start with the scythe. Okay, it runs. That's good. Oh, we have pausing too. I know a lot of people wanted that. You can now pause the game. Oh, I need to do the settings menu. Next update, I need to do settings and finish the theme. Which I made the theme a bit cleaner for like the notification panel and the interact label. Just needs to be better for everything else too. Because like settings right now is kind of a mess and we're missing a lot of settings, so anyway. Cool. So next up we do the Linux export. If I remember how to do this, I think it also keeps all my settings. See how we should just be good. Eavor Linux build. Cool. Oh, I already had it open, didn't I? No, I didn't. Exports, May 15th. Linux. Sweet. All right, we have all that. So I'm going to push it to Steam. The update will go live in probably like an hour or so. Probably less than that. I mean, we'll see how long it takes me to figure out how to do an update because I've never done an update. Well, actually I have, but I'm not sure. Like I want to do a post with it and I have a whole document with like everything I changed. So we'll say like an hour-ish. But that's all for the stream today. So a couple notes. New video comes out tomorrow. In that video, I share the stats so far for my game, which are obviously going to be out of date now because things change and I recorded it yesterday. But new video comes out tomorrow. Also, I'm hosting a game jam at the end of June. So if you want to join a game jam, get in the Discord. I'll send out an announcement when I get more details on that. But I'm going to work on making the like media for that tomorrow morning. So I'll probably send something out like this weekend. But new game jam, there's probably going to be like a big prize again. I mean, there will be a prize, but I don't know how big. If you want to try out Eavor, I'm trying to update it, make it better. I think it would be really cool to get some people like playing this that enjoy the game and keep adding content. That's like ideal. That would be so cool. So if it looks like a game that you'd want to play, check it out on Steam. Just search for Eavor right there. Give it a wish list. Give it a purchase. It's only $6. Pretty good. Yeah, I'll push this build in a minute here. And if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. I'll send the link because it's not on Twitch. So there it is. For YouTube people, it's in the description. And I think that's it. So thanks to everyone who stopped by. And I'll see you guys. I might be streaming on Sunday. Next week's like super busy. But other than that, I'll be streaming the next update development pretty soon here, which will have like more enemies and more maps and some more like interesting progression. So